Hey there friends, how's it going? My name is Kevin and today we're doing a Q&A. I know they've kind of got a bad reputation recently, you know, a lot of people do them very often, but I actually quite like them. I just try to do them sparingly, just so I can answer questions that you actually want answered rather than me just rambling and telling you about myself. So let's get started. Okay, first question. Why call me Kevin? Was that your original intro or was it you silently telling everyone I don't need a fancy name like Kevin Plyer or whatever? Just call me Kevin. It's because I'm not smart enough to come up with a name, really, I suppose. I mean, Kevin Plyer would be a great one. I just steal that right from under him. Or, you know, Kevdepie or Kevin Septiceye. There's something original with a bit of bite to it. Something interesting that gets you intrigued in what I do. Being a bit mysterious, you know? Now, honestly, my joking answer was kind of correct. I couldn't think of anything I liked. And I was like, I want Kevin in it because I don't want just a random name. I want to be, like, identified by my name. And I want to have a more personal thing rather than Leech Scoper X63, which was my second choice. I wanted to be a bit more personal, I suppose. Favorite guilty pleasure? I would have to say reading nonsense at 5 a.m. in the morning on the internet, because that's what I seem to do when I need to sleep. I'll just read about stuff that I have no interest in and that would be no use to me at all. That's what I do. I stay up all night reading that stuff. I wish I could just be normal for once. What do you most enjoy about making YouTube videos? I think it would have to be the actual uploading process. I don't mean like sitting there waiting for upload. That's not that fun. Despite what you may think, you know, you may think it's quite the hoot, but you try uploading and waiting for an hour there at your PC, not able to do anything else. It's not that fun. But I love when a video first gets uploaded and I'm watching the feedback come in, and you still get a little bit, oh god, what if this one goes wrong and they don't like it? But then you see like feedback coming in, and a lot of the time from you guys it's very positive, which I'm very thankful for. But it's always interesting to see what people point out being their favorite bits, or like what they're quoting and stuff like that. And yeah, I just really enjoy that part, actually getting the feedback of what I've created, I suppose. It's really rewarding. Do you ever plan on doing anything other than gameplay? I feel like you've set foundation for your channel and now you have to reach the next level. Well, I don't really know where the next level is for me. I'd like to do more in real life stuff, like not reaction videos or anything, but you know the way I kind of play video games, I kind of take the piss out of them just a little bit, but I'd like to try and transfer that into some watching other videos and treating them the same way, or maybe even like ridiculous movies, that kind of thing. I'm not really sure, but I'm comfortable doing gameplay and I really enjoy doing gameplay, so I'll never leave that space. I don't think it's something I enjoy doing, and I think it'll always remain the bulk of what I do. But yeah, good question. How do you come up with the characters in your videos? I don't know. There's something very wrong with my mind to create stuff like that. Jim Pickens has been evolving for ages. He just started off as a crazy old man, and then it escalated into like robbing people, murdering people, making a cult, trapping slaves in the basement. It snowballed really fast, okay? But I never have a plan for anything. And like the Grognak stuff in GTA 5 RP, which I thought was a fun character. That first scene, I believe, in the first episode of GTA 5 RP, where they pull up in the truck and that guy was talking to me and he was like, oh, what's wrong with you? Why do you look like that and stuff? That was legit. I just spawned in, so it was just winged from there. Like, I spawned in as this randomly created character who was just totally absurd, and I just kind of rolled with it. I think I actually introduced myself as Jim in that part, and then like 2 minutes later I was saying my name was Grognak. I guess it's the amnesia, I'm not sure. But for the most part, off the top of my head, is the best answer for that question. Where's that P.O. box, fam? Yeah, it'll come eventually. I will get one. I promise, okay? You know what? I will look into that this week. Wait, no, next week. I will look into that next week, and we will try and sort something out, because I've been saying this for quite a while, that I would get one, and that you could send me mail or whatever, but I've not actually gone about doing it. It doesn't seem like it's a very popular thing over here for private individuals to do, but I will find a way to sort it out. Don't worry, okay? I kind of promise. If that doesn't reassure you, I'm not sure what will, to be honest. How many girls do you get to the nearest 100 per day? Well, I guess if we're rounding, then like we can't say 0, so we'd say 100. So I'm gonna say 100. Using that logic, I'm quite the player. What's been the most fun game to play? That's a really hard question to answer. I think Gmod, when it's right, can be really fun. The problem with Gmod is you go in and some guy comes up to you and he's like, alright, let's do your training, and I'm like, I've already played these servers 100 times. Do you mind if you just give me a quick rundown or something, and then I can... No! no, what does this mean? And I'm like, oh god. Can you just give me a break? Can we just play? But you have to do like an hour training and then the server might be garbage. It's a massive waste of time if that happens. I think just the variety of Gmod is so fun to do. I think the Harry Potter games have been some of my favorites. It's really hard, to be honest. There's some games I've only played once, like Jalopy, that I absolutely loved. Some of the wrestling games were really fun to play. It's kind of a mix, really. Where do you see your YouTube career taking you? Do you want to stick to YouTube, or do you want to see yourself taking up anything else in the future? I just want to do YouTube. I want to do videos. I want to do my thing, and I'm so thankful that people want to watch them. I was doing them for quite some time with a much smaller channel, and I enjoyed making the videos just as much as I do now. It's just a very different scenario when I actually upload it. It's a little bit more nerve-wracking. It's always a bit scarier to upload to a bigger audience, but I really enjoy making them. And I don't really want to go away from that anytime soon. I've been thinking of trying a stream or two. I just don't think that my content works great in a streaming environment, but I might do that if I can get a connection issue sorted. Maybe sometime this month, maybe next month. If I do, I'll let you know in a video, don't worry. But in terms of like my main focus, that's YouTube, and for the foreseeable future, that's all it's gonna be. I'm not going over to Vine 2 and making loads of little vines. Have you ever dreamed of opening a potato farm? No, I've had nightmares about it. Please don't bring it up ever again. What inspired you to start the YouTube? That sounds like something my mom would say. It's just YouTube, okay? I don't mean to be picky with you, but this is a very serious matter for me. I mean, if you followed me, I don't want to go into a big spiel about it, but if you followed me, I used to do YouTube a few years ago, and then I went away, and then I came back and made a new channel and kind of started again. When I originally started, I just thought it looked fun. I wanted to make some videos based on like machinimas at the time, like you know, you'd act out a little scene and then put little voiceovers over it. I should show you one of those one day. I made some and they were horrible. The second time, which was, say, November 2016, it was just due to the accident I was involved in, and I really had nothing else to do, and I never saw myself going back into this space, but once I started doing it again, I just started to get really passionate about it. I think because the space changed so much, and right now it feels like it's more of a professional kind of setup. It's really weird. It's this weird space of amateur and professional that you're in. It's very strange, but I've been really enjoying it ever since, so I'm so glad I came back and actually did some more of it. Q&A video, more like Bor Ragnarok. Am I right, guys? Nah, it'll be cool. So your style of video is quite different to many of other YouTube gamers out there. Was that an accident, or was something you intended to do? Well, I'm really glad you say that, because I'm never really sure if I'm outside the mold or not. It's really hard to do anything new on YouTube. It really is, because everything's been done before, but I really just try and put a bit of personality in my videos, and also try and do things other people aren't doing. I mean, you're always within the gameplay zone, so it's kind of hard to do something totally different, but I like putting a lot of effort into each and every video, and I like to just, you know, as I said, put a bit of personality into it. And I'm glad that, at least in your opinion, it kind of shone through and showed something kind of new. And thanks. I'm gonna stop talking now and go on to the next question. Sometimes I get too serious and it scares me. Just curious, Jim Pickens or Grognak the Destroyer, attorney at law? I mean, how can I answer that? That's like the Sophie's Choice of video games. I mean, one is a crazy, bald lunatic who can stomp villages and knows every detail of the law, and the other is Grognak the Destroyer, attorney at law. They're both two sides of the same coin, aren't they? If I had to pick, probably Jim, because we have quite the history, and I feel like we are both part of each other. That's terrifying. What made you want to switch your style of video to your current one? Stardew Valley was one of my favorite series, and it reminded me of the old Minecraft days. I just think my content is much more appealing in this format, where it's kind of cut up and, well, maybe not this format like this video, but in general, like gameplay videos where they're cut up and the highlights are shown. I think they can be much funnier rather than long drawn-out videos, and maybe it's just a personal preference, but I don't watch long drawn-out videos, so I guess I see more of an appeal with shorter, condensed, like, highlights, I suppose. But I might do long-form content again. I'm not really sure. It's something I've not explored since my channel kind of blew up, and it's something I would be open to. I haven't gone away from that. I've just kind of focused on a different area, I suppose. But we'll see. Maybe in the future I'll do some long-form content. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm glad you enjoyed that series. Thank you for that. Have you always been a troll, or is it just online games that bring out that side of you? Well, I used to always hang under the bridges as a child and demand money from people who wanted to cross. No, I think I'm just annoying, to be honest. I get a little bit of pleasure out of jabbing someone and annoying them a little bit, like in a friendly way. I don't ever want to piss someone off, really. Unless they're just aggressive to begin with, then maybe I want to just push them over the edge. But I generally just want to like poke fun a bit. I don't really want to go out and hurt anyone, if you get me. But I think I'm like that in real life as well. If I'm friends with you or whatever, I will just keep kind of pushing your buttons and trying to annoy you a bit sometimes. And I guess that works well when it comes to Gmod and that stuff. Would you like to do more collaborations with other YouTubers or maybe guest star on other channels? I'd love to open up those doors a bit, and you know, it would be a lot easier to come up with content if I had other YouTubers to work with. But at the same time, I'm really bad at networking. It's always been my weakest trait when it comes to YouTube, and I think it's an important one to have. But I just don't have it. I'm not really good at reaching out to people, and I'm not really good at staying in touch with people, because I kind of get caught up in my own thing. But it's something I would like to do. Maybe in the future I'll get the opportunity. I'm not sure, but I would like to do more. How did your family feel whenever you started making videos? I don't know. They still haven't called me back, and it's been a year and a half now. No, I'm only messing. I'm messing. Okay, I'm not neglected in any way. Well, in most ways. No, I'm just kidding, okay? I'm not totally neglected, okay? They like me a little bit. I think it's always confusing answering these questions because I had two stages. So this channel, I think they were really happy that I was getting into something just that I could do and, you know, actually not just go insane from boredom, as I lost a few of my hobbies that I used to do before due to injuries and stuff. But the first time, especially my parents thought it was a total scam. They did not believe it. I was under 18 at the time, and I needed parents' approval to get like a partnership, and they would not sign it. It took some convincing because they were like, it is a scam. Anything on the internet involving money is a scam, okay? I'm warning you right now, never pay for anything. But in general, really supportive. Really supportive, I gotta say. So I'm very lucky that way. Will you complete the Deadly Hallow games? PS, I love your video style. PPS, bring back Cooking with Kev. Thank you, and yes, I will bring back cooking. I wanted to do one for Christmas, but I didn't get around to it. I've just been crazy busy trying to keep on top of everything. I will play the Deathly Hallow games, don't worry. I'm going through the Harry Potter games, the whole series if I can. Whether I complete it is another thing. That's another thing entirely, but yeah, I'm looking forward to going through them all, to be honest. When did you realize you would dedicate all your time to your videos channel? Well, that's kind of hard. I mean, around November-ish, I was like, I should probably take this opportunity for what it is and actually try and make daily content, which is what I've been trying to do ever since. I've missed a handful of days, but for the most part, it's been daily. It was back like way early 2017 where I was like, I kind of want to do this all the time and have a schedule and have something to do. When I sold my business, it helps to have a schedule when you're not really doing anything for a job, so I did that. And I was like, okay, I'm going to upload every second day. That's just what I'm going to do. And I stuck to that schedule. And I think that's also really important when you're building a YouTube channel. But I guess around that time, it was just the perfect cocktail to be like, let's just really focus on this, I suppose. But yeah, good question. Okay, this links into the last one. How do you find motivation to do videos out of schedule? Again, I think it's just important for if you want to do YouTube. I think it's important you have a schedule. I think a lot of people can get away without having a schedule and just upload when something is done. I don't think I'm one of those people. I think if I let go of the channel for a month or something, it would do a lot of damage. But I like having a schedule as well for my own well-being, as well as my channel's well-being, so it all kind of works together. I wouldn't say it's like a well-oiled machine, I'd say it's like a rusty old machine from the 50s that's just kind of holding it together. That's how I describe my whole process. Hey, a lot of time people in your videos always seem angry or triggered by you. Is this common? Or is there always a ton of unused footage of people being chill about it you have to discard? Generally, if people are chill, like, unless they're just like, hello, yes, how are you? Goodbye, like that, it'll make it to the video. Most of the time when a lot of people talk to me, I leave it in if it's anyway funny, because I think someone being chill can be just as funny as someone being angry. I don't think I'm specifically aiming to get people angry and put that into videos. And I think sometimes the person being chill can actually be funnier than the people getting angry. I'd say it's about 50-50 of people getting angry at me and people being cool with me. Just like my childhood. If you could be any video game character, who would you pick and why? I would be Grognak the Destroyer, attorney at law, and I would hold villages for ransom, and if they do not give me the money, I would stomp them. Or else Super Mario, because their world looks really fun. Are there any YouTubers that you watch currently that inspire you? I think there are loads of YouTubers I can list off, like this guy is great, this girl's amazing, this group is just so creative. But I myself, I don't really watch that many YouTube videos. The reason for that is when I used to, I found I was subconsciously kind of, not, I wouldn't say stealing, but kind of leaning on what their content was. And I don't want that. I don't want anything to do with other people's content. I don't want to steal anything. Never pay for anything. Especially gameplay videos, watch them because I don't want to steal anyone's humor. And on top of that, I spend so much time making videos, I don't really want to watch them. I mean, I like a good meme now and then, but other than that, I don't really watch or follow most people's content for that reason. And it's a shame because I do like a lot of people's content. I just try and stay away, as I think it'll impact my content. But yeah, I think there are loads out there that are just fantastic. How deep is the lore of Jim Pickens? You know what? The lore of Jim Pickens is not deep. The lore of Jim Pickens is wide. It just keeps going. It's like an alternate reality where he's in everywhere at once, but nowhere at the same time. It expands. It's like a Marvel universe, or maybe I'm just not creative to come up with a new character each game I play. One or the other, nobody knows. Favorite Harry Potter character? Liquid Ron, 100%. No, it's gotta be Hagrid. Hagrid is numero uno. He's just so hot in the PS1 versions. It's just amazing. It blows my mind. Would you rather live in Ireland or literally anywhere else? I'm not sure what you're implying there. Are you saying that Ireland is the worst place? Or what are you saying? I think Ireland gets a lot of flack from people who live here. Everyone's just like, sure, they'll never sort that, sure, you know the attitude here, it'll be grand, and they just leave it go. And sure, Jacobs, the government will never get anything done, and sure, but honestly, I really like it. I think Ireland's a great country. I think we have it pretty good in a lot of ways. There are obviously issues, but I think in the grand scheme of things, we're not too bad, you know? I quite like it. If I could change anything, it would be the weather. I don't really like the weather here, and as my complexion suggests, we don't get very much sun. Are you planning on releasing any merchandise? We all need our Dear Leader shirts. I think if I released Dear Leader shirts, I would be on a list of really fashionable people, is what I mean, not like an FBI list or, you know, anything like that. Honestly, it's something that interests me. I think it would be a really fun project, and again, something totally different to kind of put some energy into, but I don't know if people would be interested in it. And I don't know really how the process works. It's something I'd have to look into. Maybe I should just make Dear Leader shirts. Maybe you're right. Is it difficult to make the types of videos you do nowadays purely because people know you and recognize you, like the old days of How to Annoy People where the content was more difficult to make? I think the difference between then and now is YouTube is a massive space now, and there's so many people doing content, and there's so many different games that are done. Back in the day, 90% of gaming was Call of Duty. So if you were doing Call of Duty and you were doing it on say Machinima, everyone who was really into Call of Duty probably knew who you were. Nowadays, I could go into 99.99999% of servers and people don't know who I am. Games I've done before, like Comedy Night and Gmod, it happens a lot because people watch the videos and they go play it just because they say, oh, that game looks fun. And then they realize it's terrible. No, they go onto Comedy Night and they're like, oh, this is the most racist community I've ever come across. But generally, no, I find it fine. How do you keep away from the monotony of grinding away making regular content? What keeps it fresh for you? And what do you do regularly outside of YouTube? Honestly, I've not had much time to do stuff outside YouTube nowadays. I'm really focusing on what I do here. Regarding the monotony and maybe repetitiveness of doing videos, I guess doing a lot of different games and interacting with random people in some of them and doing your own thing other times, and doing in real life stuff in odd time too, it really helps. It just helps break it up a bit, and you feel like you're doing a new project every time. But yeah, it's really fun. So I guess you just gotta find your own mix that works for you. How do you always have something witty to say? How do you stay happy, positive, and creative to create almost every single day? What do you do to combat burnout and keep in a good mood to make witty and funny comments? Oh, my ego is just blowing up right now. My head is growing 3 times its size. Honestly, I don't think I'm in, like, an amazing mood all the time compared to other people. I think I'm a generally positive person, and I think I'm definitely in a good mood a lot more than I'm in a bad mood. But I guess it's just putting yourself in the right mind frame. I think you can force yourself to be in a good mood sometimes unless you're like super down. You just gotta find what works for you. For me, exercise and productivity is where I get my happiness. So it's kind of really helpful for this kind of line of work, because all I'd need to do is do a bit of exercise and then hop on and work and do some productivity, and it makes me happy. So they work really well together. But thank you for that. That was very nice of you. I appreciate it. What plans for 2018? Continue the work. I just realized you're like asking a question like, what plans for 2018? Then you're answering it for me, but very aggressively. It's like an order, like, continue the work. You don't have another choice. But you're pretty much spot on. I just want to continue what I'm doing, really, and see where it takes me. I'm so interested to know where this path leads. Not at the end, but the journey it'll take me on. How about that for cheese? Oh, god damn it, I read this wrong. I thought it was just, how are you so good looking? And I got very happy. My ego was inflating again. How are you so good at looking high constantly? I'll teach you my trick, and you can do it at home yourself. Constant eye strain. Now, honestly, I've been on my computer so much all the time recently that it's just, my eyes just go red. They go so irritated and sore, and I try and avoid doing videos when I'm in that way, where I've been on my computer for hours and my eyes start to hurt and go red. But sometimes to make the video be uploaded on time, I just have to, and my eyes will be a bit red. But in general, they're quite irritated nowadays, and I'm working on trying to fix it. I've got like eye drops and stuff, and I think it's helping now. But yeah, that's why I look high all the time. Not as fun a story as you thought it would be, was it? Why don't you ever do a video where things are normal? I ask myself that every single time I play a game. Everything breaks for me. I don't know what it is. You can handle my Twitter any day, Kev. Just be gentle. You don't tell me what to do. I've always wondered if you ever get giggly or lose face when you're annoying people in those RP videos. Did it take practice to stop cracking up at your own jokes, or do you just have a natural deadpan? I think I'm just naturally deadpan, like, all the time. Like, even being on camera and trying to smile a bit more, I feel like I'm just always deadpan, even if I'm joking around a bit. I don't know why, because I'm generally a pretty happy person, as we've already gone over. I'm pretty smiley. It's just when I'm recording and stuff, I go quite deadpan. I don't know what it is. I guess I'm just not fully used to it yet. But no, I generally don't have a problem staying serious and in like my kind of trolly mode. I think there was once or twice on comedy night where I kind of laughed doing stuff, but I think the first GTA 5 RP thing, I don't know why, but the whole scenario just made me laugh. When I was talking to the people in the big square, you'll hear my voice kind of going a bit. And I remember even thinking when I was recording that, I was like, this is the first time I've actually not been able to stop myself laughing. And I think there was way more funnier moments in the series as it went on. I don't think that was the best episode. It was just like, I couldn't stop laughing at the whole situation. Like the whole chain of events was just so weird. Oh, we're done. Okay, alright. I've no questions left. That was all that I had. Sorry for those of you who I didn't get to. There were quite a lot. I just tried to pick them out at random and maybe stuff that hasn't been asked before. I'll do more, so if you do want to get in on that, follow me on Twitter. I don't really tweet that much, so don't worry, I won't spam your feed. As I already proved in this video, I can never think of anything witty to say. But I hope you did enjoy the video. Please do let me know if you did in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback. And hey, if you want to see more of my deadpan face, go ahead and subscribe. Other than that, I will see you next time. Thanks for all the support you've been giving me. Hugely appreciate it. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Quick shout out to Patreon supporters Kim Grothger, Vita Mitbo, Gothy Thorleason, Daniel Gallen, Michael David Rose, Gavin Carter, Brandley Brown, Ruby Alba, Haggis Mold Station, Tom Goodbeer, David Osis, Zachary Parks, Yelena Nicotina, The Buttfloss, Chase Broski, Lewis Power, Kai, Edward Thomas, Kat Hesley, Gora Majima, Final Fantasy Aerith, Jackson Thomas, Gajar Nori, Mercurite, Higgle, Ralph Sperry, Conor Bonner, Leo McKean, and Peter Daly. Thanks, guys.